The Brawl Pass, as you know it, is dead. It's getting completely reworked and you will no longer be able to purchase it with free gems. Sounds scary, I know. But there's good news. After you hear all of the buffs that they're giving free-to-play players, I think you're gonna be pretty happy with these changes. Now, all these changes that I'm about to cover aren't starting until January 2024, and you'll wanna pay attention because how you spend your gems and chroma credits before and after actually have an impact on your progression because they are removing the chromatic rarity, and every chromatic brawler right now is either going to be epic, mythic, or legendary after the update, but I'm gonna explain that later on. Now, for the first half of this video, I'm going to explain what is changing according to developers. I haven't seen the developer build yet because it's not made yet. They're still working on it. After I cover what they are changing, I will then reserve the second half of the video to talk about my opinion on the changes. And that's coming from the perspective as a high spender on my gemming account, as well as a 100% free-to-play player on my free-to-play account. So let's jump into it. For starters, the duration of each season is decreasing from a 2-month-long season down to only 1 month. So instead of 6 seasons throughout the entire year, we're going to be getting 12 seasons. And the season will start on the first Thursday of every month. I'm guessing starting in January. For those of you guys that are super active and get lots of end of season bonus rewards that currently feel honestly kind of lackluster, this means that there will now be less time between seasons and progression will feel more exciting and consistent. I'm personally excited for it because right now I'm just waiting for the season to end and I'm just getting bonus end season rewards on my free-to-play account. They all feel pretty much useless. I mean, all progression is progression, and I'm thankful for them, but they're not that great. Now, for players who are not completing the Brawl Pass, either way, before or after, this probably won't impact you too much, I imagine. Although, they are making changes to quests to give players more freedom in when they play, so you actually might be more likely to complete the new Brawl Pass if you don't play every single day. Right now, the majority of Brawl Pass progression comes from daily quests, but after January, most of the Brawl Pass progression is going to be coming from seasonal quests. Now, they're going to increase the number of seasonal quests that we're getting, and they will be removing the hard quests, which were the ones that gave 500 tokens from completing them. So all the hard quests are going to be replaced with medium quests, and they're going to increase the number of tokens that you get from those medium quests. They used to give you 250 tokens for completing the quest, but now each of the medium quests will give you 500 tokens. So as an example, instead of having to win 8 matches to complete a quest to give you 500 tokens, now all you have to do is win 5, and that's for those 500 tokens. It's way better. You're gonna get way more progression from seasonal quests. I imagine we'll be getting nerfs from daily quests. Maybe they'll just reduce the number of daily quests down to just 1, and I don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see. Now, before the update, they used to release new seasonal quests every Thursday and Tuesday. After the update, they're going to be releasing at least 1 new seasonal quest every day. So you're going to be getting those quests more frequently, you're going to complete them faster and easier, and you're going to get more tokens from them. Now, that sounds like almost too amazing to be true, right? And it kind of is. To balance things out, they're going to increase the number of tokens needed to unlock each tier of the Brawl Pass, so it should actually even out. According to the Brawl Stars developers, progression along the pass is going to feel pretty much the same as it was before. But now you'll have more options to decide on how you want to complete the Brawl Pass. It's gonna be way less reliant on you having to log in every single day, and you could just choose to grind out all of those quests at once when you have the time. Now, to be clear though, daily progression is still very important. People who play every single day and complete their daily quests will still get more rewards than everybody else. But the new system is gonna make the game feel a lot less like a daily grind and more of a rewarding experience when you have time to play. I like this a lot. Now, up to this point, everything I've discussed already, things aren't going to change very much for the player who is playing every single day before and after. But after the change, you will no longer be able to buy the Brawl Pass with gems. It will only be purchasable as an in-app purchase. To make up for this change, they are actually buffing the free side of the Brawl Pass, so progression's going to be even better than before, okay? This is true both for the free-to-play players and the spenders. I am sure by now that pretty much everybody watching this video is going to know that the best way for a free-to-play player to spend their gems as efficiently as possible was to take all of your gems that you get for 2 entire seasons for 4 months and pool them together so that you could buy every other Brawl Pass. So if you did that for a whole year, you would be able to buy 3 Brawl Passes using your free gems. So let's compare the rewards that you would have gotten before the update, having spent all of your gems on 3 Brawl Passes, and compare it to just the free rewards of the free pass after the update for a whole year. Even though you will no longer be able to buy the Brawl Pass, you will get 6% more coins and 5% more power points. That's just straight up from the free side of the Brawl Pass. And people who were not spending their gems on the Brawl Pass will be getting even more resources. Now let's be honest here. A 6% buff to coins, 5% more power points, that doesn't sound like a groundbreaking buff, right? And it's not, but it does get better than that, a lot. On top of those buffs, they're increasing the number of free gems that you will get by 11%. So rather than getting 540 free gems for a whole year, you'll get 600 free gems for that whole year. And here's the catch. You no longer need to spend those free gems on the Brawl Pass. In fact, you can't. You can use those free gems to, I don't know, buy skins, other cosmetics, or spend them on more progression like I'm going to be doing on my free-to-play account, because then you can use that to like further boost your progression on top of that 6% coin buff, right? That may be buying token doublers so that you can get more end of season bonus rewards. It may even mean just buying more coins straight up from the shop. Maybe you'll save them up for special offers that pop up. I won't know the specific best way for you to spend your gems until I can actually see the new Brawl Pass for sure. The point is here, you are no longer trapped into only having one way for you to spend your gems if you want to be efficient. You'll be able to spend those gems however you want, which is pretty cool. More progression, big win in my opinion. But the good news doesn't stop there. Free-to-play progression is getting buffed even more on top of that. In addition to the increased free coins, the increased power points, and the increased free gems that you can spend on even more progression, they are adding 30 star drops to every Brawl Pass, and one of them is guaranteed to be a legendary. That's 360 free star drops every year, including 12 legendary star drops. Now, I know that the community does have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with star drops. Based off of my estimates, though, those star drops are actually significant increases to progression. Even though most of those will probably be rare star drops, 30 free star drops every single month, that's not insignificant. Based off of my estimates, adding 360 free star drops every year, in addition to the buffs from the free side of the pass, comes with a massive 21% increase in the coins that you'll be receiving, and a 32% increase in power points that you will be receiving as a completely free-to-play player before versus after. And that is before calculating the buffs that you would get from spending free gems on progression. And for those of you guys that are curious about my math, that is excluding the coins that you would actually save by unlocking gadgets and star powers from star drops. If you include those coins, the buff jumps up to a 33% increase in free-to-play coins. And that is actually really good for everyone, especially free-to-play players. These are the kinds of progression buffs that I was really hoping for when they added hypercharges into the game. And I know that it comes with star drops, and some of those star drops are going to have bling and stuff like that. I'm taking that into account, okay? We're just getting more coins. We're getting more progression. Whether or not you love or hate star drops, it doesn't matter. This is better. Now, regarding bling specifically, there are some nerfs here, as well as to credits. Completely free-to-play players will no longer be able to buy the Brawl Pass, which means that they will no longer have access to as much bling as they did before. In response to this, Supercell said you will be earning more cosmetics through star drops, which is true. I do have an opinion on that, a little bit of a rebuttal, but I'll share my thoughts on that later on. From the sounds of it, bling is going to be more reserved for Power League and also pushing your brawlers up in trophies, but Power League is going to be reworked in a future update, which we'll touch on that a little bit later in this video as well. Now, as far as the nerf to credits go, it's not actually a nerf to credits. It's actually a buff. Let me explain here. They are increasing the amount of regular credits that players will get by 35% for free-to-play players. This is technically a buff to your free credits, but it's also technically a nerf to how frequently you will unlock new brawlers, because they are removing chroma credits from the game, right? And every Brawl Pass season, you could reliably unlock 1 to 2 chromatic brawlers. Those chromatic brawlers are now being converted to regular mythic, epic, and legendary brawlers. And even though credits are getting buffed, we're not getting enough to, well, make the change equal, right? Okay. Now, in response to this, Supercell said that the guaranteed legendary star drop every month should make up for it. Once again, I have an opinion on this, but I'll share my thoughts later on. The point is, yes, you'll be getting more credits every season, but you'll be unlocking new brawlers a little bit slower. It might be the same. I don't know. It's close, but yeah. The whole point here is that despite all these changes, free-to-play players will be able to max out their accounts faster than before, and you will have more freedom on how you spend your gems. Now, another interesting change here is they are removing the old end of season bonus rewards, and they are replacing them with star drops. Now, because they're increasing the number of credits that you get from quests, and then they're also increasing the number of credits required to unlock each tier of the Brawl Pass, I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf to the end of season rewards, but let's just say it's going to be just as easy to unlock end of season bonus rewards after the update as it was before. If that's the case, this will be an overall buff to the bonus rewards. I won't know the exact values until later on though. Now, I want to talk about what's happening to chromatic brawlers, but let's talk about the new paid Brawl Pass, because the paid Brawl Pass is also getting buffed. It is way more worth your money than it was before. It used to cost 169 gems. That's pretty much the equivalent of $9.99 for a 2-month season. After the update, you won't be able to buy it with gems. Instead, a monthly Brawl Pass will cost $6.99. Now, that is a 40% increase in cost if you want to have your Brawl Pass up for the whole year, right? Because we're going from 2 months down to a 1-month pass that isn't, $4.99. Honestly, they could have chalked this price increase up to inflation. I kind of would have bought that a little bit, although, I mean, inflation's been bad, but it hasn't been that bad since May 2020 when Brawl Pass was first introduced into the game, at least according to an inflation calculator that I tested while writing the script for this video. But that's not the point, okay? The point is, now that the pass cannot be acquired for free with free gems, they are able to increase the value of the Brawl Pass significantly. So people that are spending are going to get way more value. Let's just say that you bought the Brawl Pass every season for a year before the update, and let's just compare that to somebody who buys the Brawl Pass after the update for the whole year. To do that, your cost per year on Brawl Passes would increase from about $60 up to $84. It's about a $24 increase, but you would get 321% more coins, 150% more power points, 178% more credits. These are insane. These buffs, you're just getting way more progression, way more value for your buck, right? The one downside is that you will be getting 21% less bling, but you will be getting 100 gems to spend on skins and cosmetics for every Brawl Pass that you buy. So that's an additional 1,200 gems for buying every Brawl Pass. And you could then use those gems to purchase even more progression, okay? But that is not all. You will also get an epic skin, some collector pins, a spray, and an icon, and you'll be able to unlock any brawler that you want up to a mythic rarity. And if you want a mythic rarity, instead what you could do is choose to claim 1,000 credits towards your next brawler instead. You either get the epic brawler that you want, choose any one of them, or 1,000 credits towards your next brawler. So even though the new Brawl Pass is going to cost more, the increased rewards are so insanely better that I definitely think that it is worth purchasing if you can afford the $6.99 a month. It does get even better though if you're able to spend a little bit more for $9.99 per month. Because at $9.99, you can purchase Brawl Pass Plus. I wish I was joking. Everything has a plus now. Okay, but here's the thing. Brawl Pass Plus gives you everything you get in the paid Brawl Pass. Additionally, it will give you 25% of the pass already completed. As soon as you buy it, it's boom, 25% of the Brawl Pass for this month completed, right? You'll also get 6,000 coins, 1,500 power points, and 2,000 bling. Now, on top of that, you will get exclusive skin color variations of the Brawl Pass skin and a unique title, which this is the first time that they are selling a title. I don't 100% know how I feel about that yet, but one thing is for certain, the value that you get for Brawl Pass Plus is just, I mean, it's insane. It's really great. Not quite as good as purchasing the Brawl Pass in the first place, but spending an extra $3 for those extra rewards, if you can swing it, it makes sense. It's a good buy. It is. Like, this update is really great, not just for free-to-play players, but also spenders. Like, and if you're on the verge of being able to buy the Brawl Pass because you want to max out your account faster, these new Brawl Passes are really great. So let's circle back now to the chromatic rarity. What's happening to chromatic brawlers that you would normally get in the Brawl Pass? New brawlers are no longer going to be released in the Brawl Pass. Instead, you'll be able to instantly unlock any brawler you want up to Mythic, or sorry, Epic, or you can claim the 1,000 credits that will go towards your next brawler. And from the sounds of it, I feel like this is pretty good, because the Brawl Pass before, it was like everybody was like caught up on what the chromatic brawler was. Like, is this chromatic brawler worth buying the Brawl Pass? The truth of the matter is, every Brawl Pass was worth buying because the value that you get in terms of progression was just so insanely high that it didn't matter what the brawler was. Just buy the Brawl Pass because the rewards are so good. But now it's very much like this is not related to a specific brawler. You don't have to look at the specific brawler to see whether the brawler is good or bad or whatever. You just buy the Brawl Pass because you want the rewards. And now you can unlock any of the epic brawlers that you want. It's really insanely good. And from the sounds of it, they want to make every Brawl Pass provide a ton of value without having to depend on a specific brawler. Also, they are planning on still releasing 10 to 12 new brawlers every year, which is very much in line with what they've done in the past. And new brawlers will still be released as the standard rarities, and they will be unlockable like with credits. So yeah, chromatic brawlers are gone, which is cool. As for the current chromatic brawlers, they're going to be assigned to either be epic, mythic, or legendary rarity. And I'm gonna break them down here for you. Here are the new epic brawlers: Pearl, Mandy, Maisie, Sam, Lola, Ash, Belle, Gale, and Colette. Now here are the new mythic brawlers: Lou, Ruffs, Buzz, Fang, Janet, Otis, RT, Charlie, Eve, and Buster. And then we have the two legendaries, Cordelius and Surge. Feel free to take a screenshot of this and share it. Just don't crop out my face. Hey! You have from now until the Brawl Pass changes to spend your chroma credits how you would like. I highly recommend buying Cordelius and Surge if you haven't done them already. And if you're waiting on Cordelius's chroma credit cost, it's going to drop in a day or two after this video goes live when Season 21 of the Brawl Pass drops. If you have Cordelius and Surge, I recommend spending your chroma credits on the new mythic brawlers, okay? By doing so, you will save some of your time unlocking them after the changes go live. It doesn't really matter whether you buy the epic brawlers before or after the update, because any unspent chroma credits will be converted to credits after the update. Each chroma credit will be worth 1.85 credits, which means that 500 chroma credits before the update will give you 925 credits after the update, and 925 credits is exactly the amount that's required for you to purchase an epic brawler. So you are going to be getting more value by spending your chroma credits now on the brawlers that will be legendary and mythic after the update. Also, if you want to take advantage of the conversions, you may want to consider pushing some of these brawlers for their mastery rewards as well. The rewards for the mastery track for epic brawlers are lower than the mastery track for mythic and legendary and chromatic brawlers. So if you push mastery towards the chromatic brawlers that are going to become epic brawlers before the update, and you claim those rewards before the update, you will get more resources overall. Just keep in mind that the silver 3 rewards for chromatics is 100 chroma credits. Those chroma credits will be converted to 185 credits once they do get converted if you unlock them before. But the silver 3 rewards for mythic and legendary brawlers is 200 credits, meaning that it's better for you to claim those rewards after they get changed. I know it's a little bit confusing, but now here's the thing. The whole point is, don't really worry too much about unlocking those silver 2 rewards where you're getting those chroma credits, unless you can use them to then purchase a chromatic brawler of the mythic and legendary rarity. Am I losing you guys yet? The thing is if you can claim those chroma credits before the conversion and then use them to unlock a chromatic brawler that will become mythic or legendary after the change, you will get significantly more value. So like if you're 100 or 200 or just a few chroma credits away from unlocking another chromatic brawler before all the changes, it just might be worth grinding to save you some time and unlocking them later on. In the long run, it's actually not going to matter very much at all, since you will have every brawler unlocked for a free way before you ever have enough coins to max out all your brawlers. But it's just, I wanted to give you all the tips that I could with these changes. Now, some of you may be wondering whether you should spend your gems now or save them until after the update. To be honest, we don't know if there's going to be a great way for you to spend gems after the update. Before, it's so easy. It's just buy the Brawl Pass, right? And after the update, maybe save them for special offers. I don't know yet. Please wait for a future video when I actually have numbers in front of me and I can tell you. What I can pretty safely guess, though, is that buying the Brawl Pass before the update will give you more value for your gems than probably anything after the update. Maybe even ever. If you have enough gems to buy both Season 20 and Season 21, 100%. Absolutely do that. I'm talking about free gems right here, right? Your money's going to be better spent on Brawl Passes after the update. So if you're actually spending money on it, well, honestly, all the Brawl Passes are worth it, but you get the idea. You might want to spend them on later on. If you don't know whether you should buy Season 20 or 21, honestly, the only difference is cosmetics and whether you want Pearl or Charlie. When it comes to progression, they're pretty much exactly the same, so the decision comes down to personal preference. Pearl is probably better in solo showdown, but I have a hunch that Charlie is better in 3v3 if that helps you guys at all. Now, before I get to my honest opinions, Supercell gave us some additional announcements. Even though the new Brawl Pass season will be monthly, they are still planning on releasing updates every 2 months. They're also still planning on selling early access for brawlers since it worked so well with Chuck. Personally, I thought that was a great way for them to do that. They're also planning on releasing bigger events similar to like the Shooting Star Drop campaign, which should help compensate for some of the missing club rewards. I don't know if that means always. I really don't know, but either way. They're also planning on addressing Power League in a future update, and that will be the best source of bling from now on. We don't have too many more details about that. Okay, honest opinions. Let's get into it. Honestly, mostly everything the developers announced sounds really awesome. When I first heard that the Brawl Pass was no longer going to be purchasable with gems, I was very much, here was my reaction. Oh, no, tell me it isn't so. I'm sorry that was cringe, but I was honestly, I was a little bit more distraught than that. I was terrified. I thought this was gonna be like Gears 2.0. And I really never thought I would be okay with Brawl Stars changing the Brawl Pass into an in-app purchase, right? But overall, I like the changes that are coming with this update. It makes a lot of sense. They really took a lot of our feedbacks and pain points into consideration, and I think the game's gonna be better because of this. Now, I don't love in-app purchases. I really don't. That might come as a little bit of a surprise to a lot of you guys. Honestly, if this was not my job, I would not be spending as much money on Brawl Stars as I do. Like, actually though, on paper, I am a whale when it comes to mobile gaming purchases. But at heart, I really am a free-to-play player. I know that sounds weird, but like actually though, I don't like in-app purchases. I really don't. But I do understand the decisions they are making. I understand it. This, I think, will bring more revenue into the game. And if they can bring more revenue into the game without doing things that actually like sells power, that, you know, makes the game actually pay to win, if they can do that, then I'm a fan of that. I like that. The fact that they're able to do this while giving free-to-play players a buff to progression, that is a big win to me. Like, absolutely. Now, I know that the additional star drops might not seem like a big buff to a lot of people. After all, rare star drops really don't feel that exciting, but the average star drop value is a lot more valuable than I think a lot of people realize. I don't know if this is going to be enough to make free-to-play progression feel like as good as I want it to feel. I don't know, especially since they added hypercharges into the game. Like, progressing feels, it doesn't feel as amazing as it used to be. Granted, I like hypercharges and I like, yeah, they're good for the game. I like them. I think you guys can understand where I'm coming from. The whole point is here, I think this is a big step in the right direction, if you ask me. Also, I really like that they're stepping a bit back from progressing, like requiring you to play every single day. I mentioned this in my recent 100% Honest Update review video, but I'm not a fan of like dailies. Yeah. Any game that has dailies and you have to log in I don't love it. And Brawl Stars will still have those dailies. The people who play every single day, they will progress further and get more progression rewards than everybody else. But everybody else is getting way more freedom in how and when you complete your quests. You could wait to the very end of the Brawl Pass season and complete all of your quests. I don't know if you'll be able to complete the whole Brawl Pass like that, but you'll get way more progression than you could have before. And I really like that change. People should be able to reach the end of the Brawl Pass season without having to play every single day of their life Like, we have lives. I mean, Brawl Stars is great. Some might even say Brawl is life. I really wish I had like a sign over there that said Brawl is life right now, because that would be funny. But you guys understand where I'm coming from. Now, everything that I have covered today is what the current plan is from the Brawl Stars team. All of the numbers and everything are fairly like firm. However, they're still willing to listen to feedback. Also, I won't be able to confirm it all until a future update when I'm actually able to like open up the developer build and see them in the game. But if everything that they've told us is true, which I think it is, this is a big win for free-to-play players. However, it is a nerf to how frequently you will unlock new brawlers, as well as how much free bling it is possible to get. Now, in response to the nerf to credits, Supercell said that adding legendary drops to the free track at the end of the Brawl Pass every single month should make up for it. I don't actually know if that's true. I've run the star drop opening test before, but honestly, I don't have enough data on legendary star drops for me to be able to give like an accurate and valid response to this. My limited data would suggest that it's a good effort, probably not quite enough to justify the change, but I also don't think that the credit system needs to really be improved on. And I know this is a hot take, and people might not like me for saying this, but I'm actually fine with unlocking new brawlers just a little bit slower. I know. I can see you guys unsubscribing now. Please don't do it. Don't go anywhere. I wouldn't want them to nerf it further. Just hear me out here for a second, okay? I actually think it might be a little bit healthy for the game for them to decrease the new brawler release frequency, or not new brawlers, but the frequency at which you are able to unlock new brawlers. Not very much, but just a little bit here. Unlocking new brawlers is the most exciting part of the game. Every single time you unlock a new brawler, it's exciting. And when I have a new brawler to be able to unlock, I get excited about doing that. It's a goal that I reach forward to. And if you just unlock all the brawlers really, really fast, then you don't have that satisfaction. You don't have the same satisfaction of being able to like actually grind towards it. Now, I'm not just saying they should just like make it so hard for you to unlock new brawlers. No, that's not the point here. But on my free-to-play account, I'm actually unlocking a new brawler on average every 6 days over the course of my whole account. It obviously happened a lot faster at first. I think I unlocked like 18 new brawlers day one or something like crazy like that. And it's slowed down a lot now that I only have like the rarer brawlers to unlock. But slowing down a new brawler releases for me, it gives me more time for me to focus on upgrading the brawlers that I already have. And I already do not have anywhere near enough resources for me to max out the brawlers I currently have, and it's not even close. I'm going to finish unlocking every brawler in the game way before I have enough coins to max out the account. Like, and when I say it's not even close, I mean like I'll unlock all the brawlers and then it'll be like years before I max them all out. It's not even close. Also, just another piece of evidence here. I'm almost exclusively playing brawlers under 500 trophies because I have the goal of getting all of my brawlers through 500 trophies. And 17 of my 54 brawlers are below 500 trophies because I unlock those new brawlers faster than I have enough time to get them to 500 trophies. Now, I could just like no life the game and change that and just like get brawlers to 500 trophies one after the other, after the other, after the other. I could do that. That's not really my point of the account. And honestly, I would just get burnt out. And I don't want to get burnt out like that. I'm not a big streamer. I want to play a little bit every day, get my progression, and then like go back to making videos for you guys or playing other games and things like that, you know? I mean, I've been loving Moko so much. That's for a whole other video, which we'll talk about that. If you haven't watched my Moko videos, you really should. The game's amazing. The point is, even though we won't be getting 1 to 2 chromatic brawlers every update, with the number of increased tokens each season, I think that the new brawler unlock frequency should still feel pretty fine. The nerf to the unlock frequency, it's really not that bad, and I'll definitely let you guys know after I actually experience it, but I think it's going to feel pretty good just based off the numbers that I've run. Now let's talk about the nerf to bling. Now Supercell's response to this was that, hey, well don't worry, you guys will be earning more cosmetics through star drops. I don't, no. I hate to say it, but I just like don't buy that. I mean, like I buy it. They're not lying. You will undeniably get more cosmetics through the free star drops that we get. But like, are they the cosmetics that I really want? Getting a free pin or spray or profile icon from a star drop, honestly, it just kind of feels like a waste to me most of the time. I am sure that there are players that do not feel like that, but like, even if I get a new skin, it's unlikely to be a cosmetic that I actually want from star drops. I think that I speak for a lot of players when I say that the chances of getting a specific cosmetic that I specifically want from a star drop is so incredibly small that this is going to feel like a significant nerf to bling. Now, with that said, they also said the Power League should still be the main place for bling, and they do have plans on reworking it early next year. I am hopeful that they will do a good job at making Power League feel more rewarding like they said that they want to. Maybe that means more bling, maybe that means something else, I don't really know. But I can 100% understand how some free-to-play players might be upset with the decreased amount of free bling due to the fact that we can no longer gem every other Brawl Pass and get some of that bling from the Brawl Pass. Now, am I personally upset about it? I mean, I'm upset on behalf of the people who are upset about it, but personally, I'm not really upset about it. Now, I'm a really weird case when it comes to cosmetics. I buy every single cosmetic I can get on my gemmed account. Like, honestly, I just like something, I check the shop every day, and if something pops up, I buy it. Every single time without fail. It gives me no personal satisfaction. Honestly, at this point, I don't even like doing it. It's just like something that I have to do. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that the team isn't doing a great job. I think they're the new skins and cosmetics, they continue to impress me. They really do. There's some really cool cosmetics in the game. But the main reason why I actually buy all the cosmetics is just so I can film content on them. And I don't know. I don't know why I keep on buying profile pictures. I don't think I'm ever going to make a video on profile pictures. Maybe I will. I don't know. The thing is there are some skins that I love, but I've kind of stopped like caring about having a complete collection or having the coolest cosmetics for myself personally. So I don't know. Maybe it's because of my skewed perspective that I don't really care that they nerf free-to-play bling very much. For me personally, for my account, the point here, I'm speaking on my own behalf here, and on my free-to-play account, honestly, I don't care. That might be because I have all the cosmetics on my gemmed account. I don't know. I can't separate my thought from that. But getting new skins is cool on my free-to-play account. And overall, I like the bling system. I would genuinely be upset if they completely remove bling from the game. But I also think it's fair for Supercell to rebalance the bling economy as they see fit, because that's like cosmetics is they make money from cosmetics. That's how they do it. And the cool thing about cosmetics is they can make money from cosmetics without having to make money from monetizing power in the game, which would create an actual pay-to-win experience, which I don't like pay-to-win experiences. I don't want that to be in Brawl Stars. Everything they can do to prevent pay-to-win from entering into the game is a win in my opinion. And if that means nerfing bling a little bit, I'm fine with that. I'm not saying that that's exactly what's happening. I don't know what their decision behind not adding bling to the free side of the Brawl Pass was. I really don't know, but I'm not going to be upset about it. And I do think that it is within their best interest to provide enough free bling to keep free-to-play players interested and excited about cosmetics. But cosmetics don't really have an impact on who wins and loses, so I'm not too concerned about it. Like I said, though, I do completely understand people who might be upset about it. And for those people, I'm upset for you. Yes. I don't know, drop a comment if you passionately dislike the bling nerfs, and yeah, if I get overwhelming feedback, I will pass it on to Supercell. But personally, and I am just speaking on my own behalf, I don't mind that very much. Now, I've mostly shared my opinion as a free-to-play player. What about a gemmer? As someone who does spend a lot of money on Brawl Stars, personally, I find it incredibly annoying when games require in-app purchases in addition to in-app purchases for buying premium currency, like gems. I like buying gems at their highest value cost, which is $100 for 2,000 gems. I like it that I can just load up on gems and then not have to worry about in-app purchases for the next several months. Because once those gems are on the account, all I have to do is just buy them in the game. And every single time I have to make a purchase outside of the account, that adds friction for me. You know, like I do weird things with some of my accounts so I can have access to beta games in, you know, different countries and stuff like that, you know, so like, I mean, I have to do that for my job, like literally. So having to reconnect to the store, I mean, it's annoying. I know that most people don't like even know what I'm talking about. It's very annoying. And a big reason also why it's annoying for me is that I mean, gems are literally a tax write-off for me. In-app purchases are a tax write-off because of my my job. That's what I do. So whenever I make an in-app purchase, I have to document it for tax purposes. It's really annoying for bookkeeping, and I don't like bookkeeping. Actually, Lady Kairos does it, so she's annoyed with all the in-app purchases. She's actually really great about it. But that's not the point. The point is I'm annoyed for her, even though she's not annoyed. You have to track purchases here, and then special offers there, and then here's the Brawl Pass on top of having to spend $100 on the gems that I have to buy for the skins. And I guess what I'm trying to say is this is not a big deal for most people. And you cannot deny the fact that the new Brawl Pass is going to add a ton of value than before. And I think the new system makes a lot of sense. I really do. The fact that they are no longer making the Brawl Pass cost gems does mean that they're able to make the Brawl Pass more valuable for people that are spending money on the game. And I would much rather them do this than them just completely remove gems from the game, because now there is a way for free-to-play players to still be able to purchase those mythic and legendary skins. If there's a legendary skin for a brawler that you really love and you really want it, all you have to do is just save up your gems for it and you can buy it. I want that to remain in the game. That's actually a core belief of mine for a game to remain free-to-play friendly. Also, on top of all of my complaints, I actually think that this is going to end up saving me money on the game. Now, that's because I spend around $40 every Brawl Pass to gem all the way up to tier 30 for the newest chromatic brawler. I mean, I have to do that day one so that I can make videos for you guys. It's a business decision that I just have to do. It's an expense that has to happen. And honestly, nobody else should be doing that. That's not good. As long as the new brawlers that they release aren't locked behind a high tier in the Brawl Pass, and I don't have to gem those tiers any longer, even if I end up having to like pay for early access to those brawlers so that I can still make videos early for you guys, I think in the long run, I think I'm actually going to save some money. I recognize while I'm filming this that I sound disconnected from a lot of players here. I recognize that I understand that. Please recognize though that like if this was not my business, I would not be spending money on games as like I do. I absolutely love supporting the games that I like to play, just like I would spend, you know, 60, 70 bucks on like a console or a PC game, right? I want to support developers that make the games that I enjoy to play. But at this point, I've spent thousands of dollars on Brawl Stars as, you know, for my business, and yeah, that's not who I am, even though it is. Sometimes I'm a little disgusted with myself. I'm just gonna stop talking and let's move on. As far as removing chroma credits and the chromatic rarity, I'm really happy with this change. There's always been something about chromatic brawlers that I don't know, it just felt like off. It wasn't terrible. Like, honestly, when it first was released, I thought it was a pretty cool idea, but something just didn't feel perfect. And like, there was all like the whole like, you know, the chromatic brawler starts at this rarity and then that rarity and then that rarity after that, and like the cost changes, and it just didn't feel great, right? I think that the changes that they're making actually make a lot of sense. It's way more simple. It removes an unnecessary currency from the game, which I'm a fan of. I don't like unnecessary currencies. And it's gonna be way less annoying for maxed out free-to-play players to unlock the newest brawler in the game, because you don't have to wait 1 to 2 to 3 seasons just to get the new brawler. It's pretty much a win for everyone, and I really appreciate them converting the chroma credits at a rate that makes sense. Also, something else I really want to appreciate the Brawl Stars team for doing is just giving us a massive heads up on this. These are massive changes to core aspects of the game's progression. They're literally giving us a whole 2-month season to take advantage of things before the changes drop, and like, I'm going to be unlocking Cordelius on my free-to-play account as soon as possible, and I am so glad that I already have Surge unlocked, and if you don't, then this gives you some time to get the chroma credits for you to be able to do it. That's 2 free legendaries unlocked super fast, especially when you compare it to how long they'll take to unlock in the future. Wow, I've been talking for this video is way longer than I thought it was going to be. Those are all the changes. Those are all of my thoughts on it. I really am curious to know what all of your thoughts are, so please let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe for more update sneak peeks like this as soon as I'm able to give them to you, and we will see you in the next video.